Alright, peace and black power family. So I will not be up here long because you already know how Instagram does. They're gonna come shut me down soon. If y'all see under my lip a little greasy, that's because I got some smelling sauce up under my lip. So it looks that way because I got some cream up under there. So don't be like, man, Hassan walking around here looking like what's the dude name? From Martin. They be like, man, Gina, damn, I can't think of the little kid's name. The little one that be knocking on the door, not Jerome, but the one with the snotty nose, man. God damn it, I can't think of his name. But anyway, the little badass kid that always be like, Gina, you gonna buy some cookies? You know what I'm saying? So, don't call me that little snotty nosed kid from Martin. It's because I got smelling sauce up under my nose, provided by Melanin Glow. You know what I'm saying? To clear out your pores. That sister is dope with it. She's real dope with homemade remedies. You know what I'm saying? Getting into our Africanness. But two things I want to touch on right quick. I ain't gonna be up here too long. Like I said, Instagram gonna be on the foolishness real quick. One thing I want to say, and peace and shout out to everybody coming in the room. Peace, love, gratitude. First thing I want to talk about right quick is this whole NBA, because people keep asking me about the NBA, and I'm like, why do y'all think I give a damn about the NBA? You know what I'm saying? I really don't care about the NBA. I really don't care about sports, but I will provide this insight to what I think is taking place in the NBA right now, right? So we know these games are still flying. They're still going on. They're still taking place in Orlando, and they're being so-called streamed live. They're live, right? Let's think about this for a second. Gambling in America is a huge business, whether legally or illegally. Gambling is a big thing in America. Matter of fact, it's a big thing globally because people gamble in other different countries, right? A lot of times, big companies also are involved in gambling. Big companies, big celebrities, a lot of people are involved in gambling, right? Think about this. If the games are so-called being streamed live and they have no audience to watch them, to say, the volume is low? The volume is low? Hold on. Is that better? Don't if your phone is low, let me know. The volume is low? Okay. Thank you to the sister who pointed that out. Appreciate you. Give me 1 second. Let me fix that right quick. See, that's why I love the sisters. I would ask everyone to please adjust their phone. All right, let's see. Now I might be sounding loud. Y'all know me, I'm African. I'll start screaming a little bit. Then I'll be like, why the Hassan screaming all through the goddamn thing? All right, hold on. That's better? Let me know if that's better, family. And again, for people coming in the room, let me look up this damn character so I can get the damn thing right. So people coming in the room, just know my nose is not running. I have some smelling sauce under my nose. And I don't want y'all to be calling me the little dude from Martin. Hold on, I gotta, because I can't think of his name. Martin character, hold on. Martin character with runny nose. Roscoe. Roscoe.
According to Martin Wiki, fandom, Roscoe Braun is a 10-year-old boy with a constantly runny nose and a very smart mouth. He usually appears at Gina's apartment.
Got you. All right, so I don't want y'all calling me Roscoe. You know what I'm saying, with the runny nose and stuff. It's not a runny nose. It's smelling sauce to clear out my chest. All right, so I ain't Roscoe. Don't be like Brother Hassan looking like Roscoe. But I don't know why I couldn't think of his name. Anyway, and thank you again, Joy, for pointing that out that my volume was low. I appreciate you, Sister Joy. So gambling is a big worldwide industry, right? Now, take in consideration, people aren't watching these games live, right? These games are so-called being live recorded, which I don't believe that. But think about how much power the NBA has now, where they can determine the outcome of a game. Because nobody's in the stadium. Nobody's really watching these games live. They tell you they're watching it live, but do we really know that? And I'm not trying to be on no conspiracy. You know, y'all gonna be like, oh shit, Brother Hassan done crossed over. Now he gonna start talking about Anunnaki. Now he gonna start talking about the big head genius. And I'm not talking about that. I'm saying, look at what's going on right now in the country or in the world, right? Gambling has always been a part of, I want to say, European culture. And it's always been big business. We can go back to the 60s when the Italian people tried to get a hold on gambling and they tried to fix boxing matches with Muhammad Ali. Where it was like, yo, you finna take a dive. We all know in the 90s, you know, it was so-called, you know, so-called, again, I say so-called alleged that the whole retirement with Michael Jordan was because he got involved with, you know, the Italian mob. And they was like, look, you need to take a break because right now you dominating the NBA and other teams, you know, don't have a chance to get a championship. And what happens with that is when you know what team is going to win the championship in the finals, it throws off the gambling system. Because if everybody going to bet on the Bulls because they know if Michael Jordan is around, God damn it, we know who's going to win the championship. So it is alleged, right, that Malcolm X was told, I said Malcolm X, Michael Jordan was told, you need to take some time off, okay? You need to take some time off because you fucking up the gambling industry. So right now, and again, I'm not trying to be on no conspiracy shit. I'm just giving you an outlook, give you my perspective, right, of this whole NBA thing with these games not being, because think about this. They're still having concerts, right? They're still having concerts. They're separating people. Like I just seen something in the UK. They're separating them 6 feet apart. Why can't they still have these NBA games, but separate the people, you know, sell a certain amount of tickets where they're not, you know, crammed up on each other, et cetera, et cetera. It's because, it's just my opinion, it's because they're fixing these games. They're fixing these games where they're pre-recording them, they're acting like they're live, and then based on the bets within the United States or around the world, they're going to throw the games, right, and have 2 alternate endings, right? Just my perspective. So that's number one. That's the only thing I'm going to talk about the NBA. I don't really care about, you know, all that other stuff and everything going on. I don't really care about that. Number two, what I'm going to talk about is because I had a situation with an individual, and I kind of had to break this down to this individual about closure, right? As African people, we must understand that we cannot seek closure in any form. In any form. The volume low again. Is it me or the volume low? So everybody check their phone. Make sure their volume is up. And if it is, my apologies. Okay. Is it still low? Y'all let me know. Am I screaming now? Y'all know I'm African. I'll start screaming in a heartbeat. It's just something about Africans. We have no middle button. Like 1 minute we can be high, 1 minute we can be low. It's like, let me know now. Am I good now? All right. So, as African people, we must understand that we cannot seek closure whenever we're hurt in a situation. Now, that can be relationship-wise. That could be racism, white supremacy. That can be a family member. That could be the person who molested you. That can be the person who raped you. You know, a person who stole from you. You cannot seek closure from the person who hurt you. It is impossible. You must find your own closure, right? You must come to a place of joy and happiness and repentance within yourself. Within yourself. This is why a lot of times when, you know, we get cheated on, we're constantly asking the person questions. Oh, did you like it? How did it happen? Why'd you do it? What did I do? Like, I don't trust you. Let me see your phone. Because we're seeking closure from the person who hurt us. You can't do that. The person who hurt you, the person who cheated on you cannot give you adequate reason on why they cheated that's going to make you feel satisfied. You have to say in your heart, I know I was the best person that I can be to you. I was honest to you. I was loyal to you. And you cheating has nothing to do with me. It has to do with your insecurities. It has to do with your failure to be monogamous. It doesn't have anything to do with me. Unless you was a shitty ass person. No, I'm joking. Y'all. I'm joking. There's no reason to cheat. I'm joking. If you don't want to be with somebody, just let them go. Just let them go. There's no reason to cheat. There's no excuse to cheat. But, you know, this is why oftentimes we constantly are bombarding this person. Let me see your phone. Let me smell your dick. You know, that crazy type of stuff. Tell me again how it happened. Tell me again, did you like it? You know, et cetera, et cetera. Like, we're constantly, and then the person, now at this point, the person just making up shit. It happened because, you know, the girl, she came over, I was drunk, and for us, because we have to understand, we have this thing called the id, right, in our mind, which the id is always looking for comfort. The id in our mind doesn't like to have anxiety. Anxiety makes the id, you know, the id you can also classify as like being the ego or whatever, but it makes us antsy, right? So things like religion actually calms the id down, because let's say, for example, most people depend on religion. They depend on the ideology of religion to say, this is where you're going when you die, right? This is what's going to happen when you die. You're going to go to this beautiful place where angels, you're going to have wings, but wait, you have to live this certain type of life, but it's not going to hurt when you die. You're going to feel good. You're going to be in a pleasant place. It's going to be so beautiful. So what happens is it lessens that level of anxiety that the id suffers from, you know? So we look for things to help us cope with society, to help us cope with reality. And this also plays into when you go through something traumatic like a breakup or molestation. We look for ways to find closure, but you're never going to find that closure until you find it within yourself. It doesn't matter if you were raped, right? It doesn't matter if you went over that man's house 3 o'clock in the morning, drunk as pissy shit. If you said no one time, you didn't deserve that. It doesn't matter if you're walking around with no panties, you know what I'm saying? And a dude jumps on you and rapes you. You don't deserve that. And you cannot find closure through that person who put you through that. The same way we can't find closure through white people. And a lot of times we try to do that. And what's going to happen when you do that is you're going to make yourself more crazy. You're going to make yourself more crazy. You know what I'm saying? We constantly trying to, well, white people accept us. It's not going to happen. You have to find it within yourself. You can't find it in shopping. You can't find it in sex, in movies. You know, we try to escape all of the pain and suffering. Deal with it. You know, one of the things that made me really strong in my life is dealing with shit head on. Head on. Let me tell you something. I don't like to get personal. I'm going to get a little personal. So, I remember when my first daughter was born, right? My first daughter has autism. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all the autistic parents out there. It is a task to be a parent to a child with autism, depending on what level they're at. But nevertheless, it's still a task. I remember when my daughter was first getting diagnosed, right? And yes, we did get her the shots. They did give her the shots, and that caused the autism. Yes, so we just gonna answer that question right out the gate. I remember when she first started showing signs of being autistic, and you know the doctors were saying this. I was in straight fucking denial. I didn't want to hear it. I did not want to. My girl gonna be good. What's it? Man, them doctors don't know shit. Blah, blah, blah. Now, I'm not saying the doctors know shit. But I'm saying in that reference, right? I was in denial. And you know what? It drove me crazy. Until one day, I was looking at my daughter playing. And when I tell you, it hit, like the reality hit me. I broke the fuck down. And the problem with that is that I was not helping her because I was in such denial of her being autistic. I was not helping her. It was not until I came to the conclusion and I dealt with the pain and I dealt with the fears. And I'm still dealing with the pain. I'm still dealing with the fears, right? They don't go away, but I addressed them. And it was not until that came over me where I realized I can be a better father to my daughter, opposed to, denying it or trying to play little games and with my mind. Like, you have to deal with this. The shit may hurt. It may hurt. But you got to go through it. And now my daughter, she's 9. You know what I'm saying? She's made advancements. She's not where we would want a regular 9-year-old to be. But that just is what it is. You deal with it the day you come. And that's what I'm trying to say. Like, you have to find your own closure in life. You can't seek it from nobody else. You can't seek it from material things. You can't seek it from gratification, momentary gratification. You have to find it within you. You have to accept where you're at. Accept where you're at and build blocks on top of that. And build blocks on top of that, man. Let me tell you something, man. My journey is one of pain, of suffering, of breakdowns, mental, physical, homelessness, like just any and everything, like trap, ridiculous stuff. Ridiculous stuff. I've had levels where I've been broken down and rebuilt. And I say this too for my women, man, because a lot of times our women, I see it a lot in our women. But with men, when men get to that breaking point, and Dr. Frances Cress Welsing talks about this in her book, The ISIS Papers. When men get to that breaking point, you would see them do irrational things. Now, what do I mean by irrational things? You would see black men getting an argument in front of a corner store and shoot and kill another brother in front of the corner store over simply bumping into him. He bumped into him, killed him in front of the corner store. How many black men do we know killed other black men in front of corner stores, at dice games, over a look, over a conversation, over a Facebook post, over something so petty, something so insignificant, they took a life of another black man. You know why? Because they never dealt with whatever they dealing with. They got something on their shoulders that's heavy as fuck. They got something that's building on them that they just haven't dealt with. The anxiety is so crazy that out of nowhere, boom, misplaced rage. Yep, misplaced rage. There you go. Misplaced rage. Boom, out of nowhere. And nobody never puts that in perspective. We just look and say, damn, niggas are crazy. No, man. Niggas, understand this. As a black man, being that, let me tell you, I've been in corporate America for the past, I don't know, maybe going on 10 years. I was working in corporate America, right? And this is a big switch, real big switch from where I came from, right? So I'm working in environments where nothing but white people, nothing but Hispanics, nothing but Latinos. And obviously, damn near most of them going to be your supervisor, your manager, your director, or whatever the case may be. Do you know how demasculating it is to have a white bitch tell you, hey, come here, let me tell you something. I need this paper filled out by this time, and I'm putting it on your desk right now, and Hassan, I need it done. God damn it. I told you, like, that shit eats at a black man. And this is why, to some degree, you don't see black men, unless they're gay or they have their own business or whatever, you don't see black men high up there in corporate America, or you don't see black men being receptionists like that, because black women can hide it a little more. That shit demasculates a black man. Cracker, don't you know I'll slap the shit out your fuck ass man? Don't pussy ass cracker, don't try me. Like, and it builds in you. It builds in you. So some black men feel like, man, I don't even want to deal with that shit. I don't even want to be around that shit, because it eats at our souls. It eats at our souls, man. Trust me, man. You come home, you want to kick your fucking dog. Shut the fuck up. Get out. Like, the littlest thing will piss you the fuck off. It will. Will piss you the fuck off. Because, and it's so funny that the first thing we say is, yo, I feel like a fucking slave, yo. Like, I feel like a slave. And it doesn't have to be corporate America. It could be any type of environment where you got a cracker that's down your back, micromanaging you. You like, and you know what too? You know what that is too? That's that ancestral memory. That's epigenetics. Look that up. That's ancestral memory. That's epigenetics. I talked about that before, about how, you know, our ancestors' DNA, because DNA is memory. We got to understand that. DNA is memory. DNA is information. This is why they can read DNA. It's information. So you are your ancestors. We knew this. We knew this before the Europeans had to tell us this. This is why in African culture, we celebrate our ancestors, because we know we are our ancestors. We are our ancestors reincarnated in physical form. This is why when you pour in libations to your ancestors, you're really pouring libations to yourself. You're really celebrating yourself, because you are your ancestors. This is why we don't like crackers telling us what to do, because we have been oppressed by these crackers. And you know what's so funny? We don't even like non-black people telling us what to do. We don't like black people telling us what to do, because we have that slave house mentality thing too. But also, it really irks us with white people. Like, when it's black people, we'll be like, all right, bro, I'm going to get to it, bro. Like, I heard you, bro. Like, I got you. You know what I'm saying? But Arabs, Asians, white people, that shit really don't sit well with us, yo. Like, your skin be itching. When you see that cracker come, you be like, ooh, this cracker, man. I say nothing about that report. I just written all this cracker. Boy, he better accept that report. Ooh, ooh. And then the cracker walk past your desk. You be like, okay, that's what I thought, cracker. That's what I thought. You better not tell me nothing, boy. I spent 3 hours writing that motherfucking report up, boy. You better not tell me nothing, boy. But, y'all don't get me started. I'm going to get off. See, and that's why I got this cream stuff under my nose, because I'm congested. So, forgive me. So, I'm not Roscoe from Martin. Don't be calling me Roscoe now. If I fuck around, see a meme, me with a rummy nose and shit. But getting back on point. Getting back on topic. We have to learn to find closure within ourselves. If we don't find that closure within ourselves, we always going to hurt. We always going to suffer. We always going to, we're never going to be at peace. Our soul is never going to be at peace. Another thing I want to address is that we have this idea, and I got a lot of work that I got to do right now. But my spirit came to me and something was like, yo, just get on Live and Flow. A lot of times we have to find peace within ourselves, right? Peace can only come from inside, where you find your level of peace, where you find your level of comfort at. Because a lot of times, I totally forgot what I was going with this. I had a point with this, and I totally got thrown off. Thinking about something else. My mind went somewhere else for a second as that damn dyslexia kicking in. I know I'm talking about closure. We have to find closure within ourselves, whether it be racially, whether it be through a traumatic situation that you may have went through, like a rape or molestation. We got to find closure. Damn, I had a point that I was going to make. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Thank you, ancestors. You got me. A lot of times, we think that relationships are an individual thing. Like, a lot of times, and shout out to Dr. Amos Wilson. Blessings to Nana Amos Wilson. Ashe. This brother broke this down for me, not physically, but in lectures and his books that I've read. We like to think that relationships are an individual task, right? Like, I hear a lot of people in the homosexual community say things like, well, what I do in my bed, don't affect you, and it shouldn't bother you. Yes, what you do sexually, we should be concerned what you do sexually. 100%. I don't want to hear anybody else say what they do in their bedroom don't affect them or don't affect us. It does. It does. This is why if you go back in ancient African culture, you will see that if anything deceived, devious was perceived about anything sexual, they wouldn't allow it. Homosexuality, they wouldn't allow it. We're not doing that. That's not what we're doing. This is why when the Greeks start coming in to Kemet, Egypt, they started with that bull crap. But you don't see that in African culture. You don't see no pedophilia, none of that. So a lot of times we think, man, what we do sexually or how we are in our relationships, that's just our business. No, it's not. Because if you were just having sex with yourself, then cool. Whatever you think about, whatever you do, that could be your business. But still, it isn't. And why isn't it? Because you're not going to have... Hold on. Let me slow down. And my nose is stuffed up. Let me slow down so I can make the point thorough enough. Whew. You mistake. I'm trying to breathe and talk at the same time. And it's just throwing me off. All right. You as an individual are not simply going to have sex with yourself. You are going to... Most people in their life, men and women, probably have sex with about 6 to 7 people, right? God damn it, that's a community when you really think about it. Because if you had sex with about 6 or 7 people, and the person you had sex with has sex with 6 or 7 people, you are all bringing the ideas, the positions, the sexual kinks that you like into that one relationship. And subconsciously, you like, oh, I remember when this person did this to me and did that to me, and I like that. So I'm going to bring this into this relationship. Or when I did that to that person, they had like that, so I'm gonna do that too in this relationship. So sex is 100% a communal thing, unless you're going to be having sex with yourself, right? Even most of our first sexual experiences, we learned it off of online. Most people, the first time, you seen sex or you really, got into sex was either through a movie, right? So you taught how to first get into sex from watching movies, and then you turn around, you watch flicks or pornos from these crackers, right? And we know how these crackers are perverted like that, right? And so we watch that shit. So even the way you learn how to make love and you learn how to get into sex and what you think sex is and what it's supposed to be about comes from a cultural standpoint, from white supremacy. You watching these movies where these white men are coming in the room and they ripping their shirt and, all this type of stupid shit, right? And so it's training your mind to think this is what sex is. This is what making love is. This is what, I'm supposed to do to a woman or et cetera, et cetera. And a lot of the times that shit is nasty. It's freaky. We call it freaky for a reason, right? We're taking our sexual love life from a people who coined the term horny. Horny. This is what they call it. Horny. Now, why do Europeans call it horny, right? They called it horny because the white man thought that when the white woman had control over him, because his penis would get erect, and so he thought it was like a magic trick that she can turn him on and his dingling will get hard. And so he felt that was witchcraft. Every time that she had the ability to make his dingling get erect, right? That she was doing some form of sorcery, that she was the devil. So every time he got horny, devil, horny, these are the people that we're taking our love life, our sex life from. Understand, in certain African cultures, certain positions don't exist. Certain things don't exist in other African cultures. Matter of fact, in other cultures in particular, they don't do certain positions. Doggy style became big in European culture because of slavery, right? Now, I'm not saying it didn't exist in other cultures prior to, whatever the case may be, because obviously we know when you go the further you go back, you see in their culture they have these crazy things. But because of slavery, the biggest position that they would put our ancestors in, men and women, was doggy style. This is why they call it doggy style. Because of the watching of the animals, right? One of the positions that we classify when a man is on top of a woman is called missionary. And I've spoken this before. Where does that come from? Missionary. It comes from these missionaries coming into Africa, raping our women, getting on top of our women and raping them. And now we call it the term missionary. So we got to understand even the things that we consider sexy, that turn us on, that all these things have been introduced to us. We have to get back to a healthy sex and love life. You may have to start off slow, simple stuff. But when you coming in here, whips, chains, you flying off the roof, you putting things up, you know what I'm saying, up your partner, and just ridiculous stuff. And saying that's what turns you on, one must ask himself, where did I get that shit from? Because I wasn't born thinking that this was normal. I wasn't born thinking that this was, you wasn't born thinking about sex anyway, but you get the point I'm trying to make. All these things have been introduced to you. All that smacking on the butt, where do you think that comes from? Where do you think that comes from? Smacking on the butt, whips and chains and all that comes directly from slavery. That's masochism. That's European culture. That comes from them, and we adopt it. And again, like I said, even though you are an individual, you are going to come in contact with other people, and you're going to have sex with other people. You're going to make out with other people. You're going to have foreplay with other people, right? So yes, we should be 100% concerned with how you view sex and what you view sex and making love is. We should be concerned about that, because I'll give you a prime example. I read an article a long time ago. I don't know, this was a long time ago. I think my daughter had to be at least like 2 years old, and it was an article where this white woman worked at a daycare, and she was changing the kids' diapers, obviously. This shit is just so fucking sick. And her husband had convinced her to take videos of the kids' private parts, and she was putting her fingers in the kids at the daycare, okay? And going down on the kids at the daycare because her husband, the cracker, the white man, enjoyed that type of stuff. So we should be concerned about, because we should be 100% concerned about what people doing and what they like in the bedroom, and what we should be concerned, because it was just not his sickness. His sickness rubbed off on his wife, and his wife started doing nasty shit to the kids. So when we think, oh, what we do behind closed doors is our business. No, it's not. I want to know what you doing, how you doing it, why you doing it, before you come around me. You feel what I'm saying? I want to know what you doing, what you like. You like, that's what you like? Oh no, we can't have you around. Hell no. Why you like that? That's why when I be saying all this stuff about hairy vaginas and stuff, people saying, oh, you crazy, man. My eyes be getting big now. I be like, what you mean I'm crazy? Why you like shaved vagina? Tell me more why you like shaved vagina. Why do you want to take away and I'm not saying you got to have a hairy bush or whatever, but tell me more on why you want the woman to shave a vagina and make it look more like a child. Because that's why God put hair on men's faces, so it can show us coming into an adult lifestyle, to show that we are going through puberty, that we are becoming adult. This is why God created gray hairs, so it can show that we are becoming an elder. All of these things are done for specific reasons. So why do you want me to shave all my hair for? To like a kid? Oh, we always say, man, you got a baby face. So why would you want a girl to shave her vagina hair? Tell me more. I need to know more. Because now I'm going to look at you like, eh. So you like 6th grade poom poom. You like the poom poom to look young and look fresh. Yeah, I like it to look young and look fresh. Oh. Okay. I got you. You like the young and the fresh poom poom. Okay. So you think when they having sex with the girl and the vagina all shaved, they not looking down like, yeah, look at that young little pussy. I'm talking from a subconscious level. I'm not talking about consciously. I'm talking about subconsciously. Because remember, everything we desire works off the subconscious level. I know a lot of dudes like, nigga, you talking crazy, nigga. Subconsciously. Everything, Listen, I'm breathing right now. I don't even know I'm breathing. That's subconscious. Your body works off a subconscious. So tell me more why you like it. And then even with these dudes, you talking about, man, my girl need a boob job. Her titties need to sit up. What? I want them to sag. You know why? Because that's reality. That's showing that gravity is playing its part. That she's aging. That she's getting older. Let your boobs sag, baby. I don't mind. Let them sag. That mean I ain't got to go farther lick them. I can lay down and suck them. I lay down like a little baby and suck them. That's it. Let them sag. I got to spend less money on bras. You feel me? That's nature. You let it happen. That again, from the African worldview, look at crackers. Crackers love for their women to have what? Face surgery, to have their face pulled back so they can look younger. They want their women to boot titties to sit up, right? They want their butt to be. What is that doing? That's what we call. Well, I'm actually making this up. I'm actually making this up. But this is what I call Peter Pan syndrome. Now, this actually could be something. I probably subconsciously read this somewhere. But this is what I call Peter Pan syndrome, right? And we all know Peter Pan didn't never want to get old. Peter Pan wanted to be a child for life, right? So these crackers want their women to be children for life. So I have to also look at black men and say, man, my girl titties sagging, man. I need her titties to sit up. Why? Little kids' breasts sit up when they come into age. Like, why do you want your girl breasts to sit up? These are all things that we have to look at, man, and have to study from a conscious and subconscious level. We have to ask, why do we desire these things? What have been created in us? In Africa, they ain't got no problem with saggy titties. I mean, them women titties be down here. They be walking, and the men still find them attractive. Why here in the West, or places who have been westernized, why we got a problem with it? Africa, them titties they be dragging their titties sometimes. The men still love it. They still find it attractive. Why can't you? Answer that question. Why can't you? Why don't you find it attractive? Why do you have an issue with it? I'm just saying. These are the things we gotta look at. These are the things we gotta take in consideration. So when people be like, man, and I'm not here to create division. I'm not here to create any type of dysfunction. I'm here to say, man, let's look at this. A lot of people are like, man, like, for example, there was a dude that my brother Quasi hit me to. Quasi's like, have you heard about this dude? Some dude was, and let me just say this. These colors right here, these ain't colors to play with. These colors are not colors to play with. All right? If you out here sending girls dick pictures, unwarranted dick pictures. Let me just say that, unwarranted. Now, if she say, baby, send me that sausage, baby, then you gotta send that sausage, baby. Yeah. But if you out here sending unwarranted, and I don't send dick pics, by the way. Let me just make that clear. If you out here just jumping in girls' DMs, sending dick pics, you know what I'm saying? If you out here just wilding out, you red, black, and green, but you out here fucking girls, not trying to be committed. Like something John Henry Clark said. John Henry Clark said, you talking Pan-Africanism, but you got to show Pan-Africanism in the bedroom too. You got to show Pan-Africanism in your love relations too. If you about that life, where's your black wife? Now don't say, brother Hassan, where your wife at? I just got, hey, we ain't going right there. We gonna leave that alone. Y'all know. But I'm single for different reasons. But I am about black love. I am about black marriage and all that type of stuff like that, right? So if you're about that life, where's your black wife? We can't be out here rocking red, black, and green, trying to fuck all the girls. You know what I'm saying? Out here lying. Out here. This is when I put this on, when I wear this, when I represent this is honor to me. This is respect to me. This is dignity to me. Now, I'm not saying I'm perfect. Let's be 100% correct. I'm pretty sure there are a lot of African women out there that can say, that nigga ain't perfect. He ain't perfect. But I'm disciplined. I'm honest. And I'm real. I ain't perfect. Can't no woman out there tell you I lied to them, I cheated on them, I stole from them, I beat them. None of that. There's another thing you gotta understand too. All relationships don't work out. So I say that to say this. Even though you might meet an African woman and you might get involved with her, you know, I would say this. It's best to figure out if it's going to work out before y'all have sex. Let's just say that. Because once you do have sex, now she's going to feel like, oh, that's all you wanted. All you wanted was sex. So it is African men best for us to figure out if we're going to be with the girl long enough to even engage in sex with her. That's why I put dick discipline down. So there's a lot of sisters that I may have talked to in the past or whatever the case may be, whatever, and I just cut it off. Like before we even got engaged, cut it off. I ain't even, because you crazy before we even had sex. So you crazy. I ain't even trying to give you the dick because you're going to be crazier. You're going to be looking at me, blinking your eyes. I love you, baby. Like, I ain't got time for that. So, you know, black man, let me just say this. Let's figure out if we're going to be with this girl or not before you lay the dick on her. Because after, she going to feel like you just, you know, wanted the dick. But, getting back on topic. We can't be rocking these colors being on some nigga shit. If you want to be a nigga, stay a nigga. Don't rock these colors. If you want to be a thought, don't rock these colors. Like, these colors aren't, listen, I'm tired of hearing black women, African women, talking about, oh, we was twerking in Africa and this is African culture. You're not twerking for the same reasons they twerking in Africa or why they were twerking in Africa. Don't learn something to justify your bullshit. A lot of time we do that. We learn something to justify our bullshit. It could be polygamy. It could be whatever it is. We learn something to justify our bullshit. Oh, we got people with blonde hair in Australia, so I could wear blonde hair. Oh, our ancestors twerked with no panties, and they wasn't twerking to Cardi B. They wasn't twerking to Megan Thee Stallion. They was twerking for different, and it wasn't even twerking, it's maskapu. But they was doing it for different reasons. So stop with the bullshit. You want to do yoga naked? We not in that society. I have no problem with nudity. But we ain't in that society. We got to start looking at things factual. You putting your pussy on social media, you putting your pussy, and I'm talking about, oh, y'all just hate black women. Y'all just hate black nudity. No, I love black women. I love black women. I love black women to life. But I know that all black women don't value black women the way I value black women. So with you doing that, it ain't going to receive the same effect for all black men. I don't even want to call them black men. So what you doing it for? You know even dudes that be rocking this shit, rocking the red, black, and green, they don't even understand. You know what I mean? African dudes I be seeing post sexual shit about women. I'm like, yo, what are you doing? Like, we can value our women without valuing their bodies. And you know how many African women I see, all they do is talk about their body and show off their body. Like, you can make a YouTube video without cooking with a tight ass dress on, with no panties and a braless. Like, you can make a YouTube video, vegan video doing that. Like, you don't need to do that. That's selling sex. That shows that you haven't really killed that cracker inside of you. You know what I'm saying? And I know women go say, oh, you just hate women. Man, get the fuck out of here with that shit. I hate women. That shit throw me. How the fuck me telling you that I want to see you elevate and educate young African women and have respectability politics in the community? How the fuck does that equal to me hating black women? Please let me know. See, that's that pro-black / I still got that feminist shit deep down inside of me. That's what that really is. A lot of y'all don't want to admit that. I'm going to rock this red, black, and green, but I still got a little bit of this cracker inside of me. I still got a little bit of that feminist bullshit inside of me. That's what that really is. Oh, you trying to control me now? Hold on. What you say? I can't do this? See, this is the crazy thing about it. For everything else, we respect the rules, right? We respect the rules in basketball. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that's double dribble. You can't do that. We'll respect the rules at the job to a certain degree. We'll respect the rules of religion to a certain degree. But when it comes down to blackness and pro-blackness, oh, we don't respect no rules. When it comes down to, man, you can't do that. Man, what the fuck? We don't respect no rules there. When there's other shit, oh, we respect it. Oh, man, you seen James Harden? Man, he traveled. He went from there to there. We respect all the other rules. But when it comes down to this code of life, to this code of Africanness, to this code of blackness, oh, no rules apply. My rules is what make me happy. My rules is what I say the rules are. Even though the ancestors laid out all the rules, they wrote all the books, gave all the psychology, everything. This is how we should move. This is how we don't want to respect it. We don't want to respect it. Everything else we respect. Call the replay back. I seen him. He traveled. Call the replay back. We respect it. So I'm saying this, African men, if you not really gonna be really red, black, and green, please don't rock this. I'm tired of sisters hitting me up. Oh, this nigga put his hands on me. This nigga gave me an STD. This nigga, you need to expose him. Sending me text messages from dudes. Why you think I know a lot about these dudes when they be saying shit about me? I be like, nigga, you should be the last one talking. You know what I'm saying? And you notice 9 times out of 10, them niggas shut the fuck up. Because I got the receipts, and they know I got the receipts. Don't rock this shit if you ain't about it. Go be Hebrew. Go be indigenous. Them niggas go do that shit somewhere else. This is respectability politics right here. Like, this is real. Like, don't play with this. Don't play with, if you gonna be in and out, if you gonna have crackers around you waving the red, black, and green flag and talking about what they are ally, this is a race first color. Race first. Second and third and fifth and fourth. This is a uplift black men and black women color. This ain't for the bullshit. This ain't for the bullshit. You could go do that shit with other flags, man. You got a million other flags you can do that shit with. Million other flags you do that shit with. Go make your own flag up. Don't do that with this flag. Don't do that with these colors. I get sick and tired of seeing niggas off code and then they rocking these colors. I'm like, what the fuck is you doing? You making us look bad. Don't do that shit. Go play with somebody else's flag. Don't do that shit. I seen this one black girl. Her husband had the red, black, and green flag, and he was a cracker. And then she was holding the Irish flag, and it was waving it back and forth. And that man almost, just saying this shit almost made me throw up. Come on, go do that shit with somebody else's flag, man. Do that shit with the American flag, so we can know what side you on. Cause you not red, black, and green if you doing shit like that. Like, stop it. Go do that shit with another flag, man. This is respectability politics. When I put this on, when I think about this, I think about other things. Like, go do that shit somewhere. I see too many. Let me just say this too before I get out of here. Now, I know a lot of people gonna be pissed about this shit. I ain't even reading the comments, so forgive me. I'm sorry, because, I got dyslexia. If I start reading the comments, I'm gonna get off topic. But I know I'm gonna piss a lot of fucking people off with this shit. Y'all gonna hate me about this shit. But know everything I say out of love, and I say out of betterment. I don't say out of judgment. Everything I talk about, I've been there before. I did it before. You know what I'm saying? But if we are talking about being serious about going to war or starting our own nation or okay, I got like 2 minutes left. Or anything, if we're serious about anything in life as being Africans, we gotta cut out the bullshit. And the bullshit, I mean the habits that we have. Drinking, smoking weed all day. You know what I'm saying? Now, I know a lot of people gonna say, Brother Hassan, smoking weed is good for you. No, you gotta read Lalita's Africa's book. Okay? Smoke does not belong in the lungs. It does not belong in the lungs at all. Okay? And that's a habit. We don't need habits. Warriors don't need habits. We don't need to be in a bunker, hiding out, ready to knock a motherfucker head off, and then you scratching like, well, I need some weed. Well, I need to hit a joint. I need a cigarette. Not right now, nigga. We got crackers on all sides. We in a shootout. Like, not right now. We don't have time to be celebratory. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you could tea all day. Tea, you could do tea all day. The plant itself is good for you, but smoking it is not. Also, when you smoke it, what happens? You change the chemical balance of it, so it goes from a plant to smoke, so it doesn't have the same effect. Right? Boiling and doing other things like that is cool. Eating it is cool, right? I'm just giving y'all the facts, man. Don't hate me. Do not hate me. But if we really warriors, if we really gonna be warriors, if we really gonna be red, black, and green, that alcohol shit. Now don't get me wrong. You know, I probably drink, I don't know what, probably 7 times in my life. The last time I drank, I was on the NWO podcast. I was just drinking with them for shits and giggles. But I don't even like that shit. But I was just doing it for shits and giggles. You know what I'm saying? Just to have a cool show. But I ain't on that shit. I don't drink. I don't smoke. My mind has to be clear. One thing I can say about Nipsey, he said Nipsey was like, yo, when I do business, I put all that partying and weed and smoking shit to the side until I'm done signing the contract. That's where a lot of crackers, understand this is where a lot of crackers got us at historically. This is where they got us fucked up at historically. If you notice, a lot of times when they went to the Native Americans, they always got them drunk. What do they call it? Fire water. Because, you know, the white liquor is clear. They gave the Native Americans fire water. That's why Native Americans are the biggest alcoholics in the United States. Smallest population, but the biggest alcoholics. Because when the European came, what's one of the first things they did? Introduce alcohol to them. Got them addicted to alcohol. And remember what I said earlier, epigenetics, our DNA is inside of us. We are our ancestors. So now you can still, to this day, you will see the Native Americans suffer from alcoholism, right? Because they use that drug. Why do you think when they go to these rappers, the first thing they do say, hey man, you want some girls? You want a drink? You want some of this coke? Because they know you don't think clear when you're under the influence. They get you addicted to these things so they can take advantage of you. And I don't like being taken advantage of. I'm an African. So I don't need your drugs, cracker. I don't need your drink, cracker. I don't need none of that. I need to be clear-minded and ready for whatever war you're going to bring to me. Please take that in consideration. The habits that you are forming now is going to sit in your DNA, and your child is going to have that as well. Children that came out addicted to crack because their parents, it sat in their DNA. That's why, you know, I don't like that term, but you had children being born crack babies. Never smoked crack in their life, but their parents did. You get what I'm saying? So you are affecting your lineage. You are affecting your gene pool. That's why in the Bible, don't believe in the Bible, but in the Bible it has a lot of good stuff you can read. If you read it from a psychological perspective, there's a lot of good stuff you can read. The Bible says you're born into sin. Now, what does that mean? That means the child who never smoked crack before, but their parents was a crackhead, is now being born into the life of being a crack addict and has to get weaned off of crack. That means that child was born into sin. They never did anything wrong. They never hurt anybody. But because their parents' addiction, they are now born into that. That's what it means to be born into sin. In the Bible, it says that the sins of your parents will go on for 4 generations. Now, I'm not trying to get biblical, but it will go on to 4 generations until those things are removed out of your DNA, until they're removed out of your lineage. These curses. So how we live, how we, and it's sad, man, but we got to really look at it like that. So, I know a lot of people going to hate me for that. Like, a lot of people like, brother Saul, you be dropping some real facts and some real shit. Why you ain't got 250,000 supporters, and why people don't follow your page like that? You just said it, why they don't follow my page like that, because I be dropping some real shit. You just said it, why they don't follow the page like that, because I ain't on no bullshit. I'm not gonna allow stupidity around me. Well, I don't even want to say stupidity, I want to say lack of, because I'm an African, not an African. I'm an African, not an African. I've dealt with traumatic shit in my life, and we all can overcome it. But I'm not gonna tell you that it's gonna be cool to have white friends. I'm not gonna tell you that, you know, it's cool to do this and it's cool to do that, and we could, nah. Other people will. Other people will, you know, allow the bullshit, and that's why you would see their numbers through the roof, right? Because they ain't giving you the real. They giving you just enough of blackness where white people could accept them and black people could accept them. Oh shit, that was cool. How I do that? Oh shit, the light changed when I move my hand. Anyway, they're giving you just enough of blackness to make you to like Nelly Fuller says, it sounds like it's black, but it ain't really black. It sounds like it's black, but it ain't really black. It ain't really for the betterment of black people. Be real with you. I said this before, a long time ago. Whether we want to admit this or not, there are a lot of black people who make money off of racism. Who make money off of racism. Who make money off of talking about racism. Selling you racism. Yeah. Benjamin Crump. Every time a black person killed, he in Trayvon Martin case, he running around. Look at what's that? Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton. They made millions off of talking about racism, not providing no solutions, right? Just talking about racism, talking about how we being mistreated, talking about the bullshit, right? Those same people, when Khalid Muhammad was alive, they ignored Khalid Muhammad. They said Khalid Muhammad was a terrorist. They said Khalid Muhammad should be banned. They voted against Khalid Muhammad when he was alive. Oh yeah. Look at Roly Poly the other day talking about he checked Khalid Muhammad. There are hundreds of black people who you think are pro-black on social media and abroad who talk black just enough to fool you. Just enough to fool you. And if you listen close enough, you will say, oh man, you about that bullshit. But a lot of us don't listen. A lot of us don't read. A lot of us, and this is why we get people like, and I meant to talk about this earlier, but I forgot. We get people that's sending dick pics to girls and shit like that. And it's like, oh, you wasn't black from the beginning. But yeah, we got that. And so that's why when I got into this, I knew I wasn't going to be one of those people, you know, not saying I'm looking for it, but 250,000 followers and 1 million reposts. I knew that wasn't going to be me. I didn't get into this for likes and acceptance. I got into this because it is in my best interest and our best interest as Africans to understand what we up against. And I felt like there was an energy missing. And I had to do my part. I'm just doing my part. I knew I wasn't going to be accepted. I knew I wasn't going to be one of those, you know what I'm saying, type of people. I knew what it was from jump. People not going to like me. I accept that. I accept when I'm wrong, too. I accept when I'm wrong, too. I don't deal with no ego. I don't deal with no ego. Anybody ever dealt with me, y'all know I don't deal with no ego. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I didn't get into this for no superficial reasons. I didn't get into this for money. I didn't get into this for ego. I didn't get into this because I was a lame dude before. I always been popping. Through sports, through streets, whatever you want. I always been a cool dude. So, that is what it is. Anyway, hopefully y'all enjoy this. I'm going to try to save this and upload this because I think I dropped a lot of jewels. Share this. I appreciate everybody that came in, that joined, that stayed. I apologize I didn't read y'all comments. I apologize. But y'all not even want to get thrown off. Again, I got some cream under my nose, so no, I'm not Roscoe from Martin. I ain't running around here with a snotty nose. You know what I'm saying? I just got some cream under my nose to help out with my sinuses and congestion. But I appreciate y'all, man. I love y'all, man. I do this for us. Like, literally, I do this for us. You know what I'm saying? Facts on top of facts. I do this for us. I do this so my daughters can have African men to marry. I do this because I want to leave my daughters. When I leave this earth, I want to know that there are men like me that are going to protect my daughters.